the Lowe's Vanderbilt Hotel on July 22nd. The fun begins at 6 p.m. Purchase your tickets now at nashvillehumane.org.
Stay ahead of the storm with the WSMV-4 First Alert Weather Team. WSMV-4 News at 3 starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon. It is a First Alert weather day here in Middle Tennessee. You are looking at Clarksville right now, live out there. We are preparing here in Middle Tennessee for severe weather. That is what our team is doing. It is ramping up at this moment, and we want you to be ready. We have Chief Meteorologist Lisa Spencer and Meteorologist Cruz Medina in the Weather Center for us today. So, all right, weather team, it is getting really active out there. Let's map out this storm, exactly where it is, and the timing for all of us.
Absolutely. I mean, we are one county over from seeing a warning issued for Davidson County. That's how close it's getting into the Nashville area.
Yes, and we've seen numerous warnings this afternoon. Keep in mind, we do have this severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 8 p.m. So you need to be on guard until then. And then tonight, there's another threat that we'll talk about in just a second. But let's get to First Alert Live Radar and where those warnings are at right now. Lisa?
Here is that line, Cruz. We are tracking, coming across parts of Kentucky, dipping all the way down here into the mid-state. We're talking winds here that could be 70 miles an hour. Already we've had some tree damage right there in Stewart County. So that's the kind of thing that we're looking for as we continue throughout the afternoon. Even more rain on the back side of this system. Here's that leading edge right now, curving all the way down here. You're just about to get out of the heavier downpours there in Hopkinsville, but it's headed to you if you're in Russellville, and a warning just issued for your area. Oak Grove getting some of that heavier rain as well as it comes across the radar site right there. Some timing on this for you. Headed over to Whippoorwill around 3:07, to Lewisburg at 3:08, and right on over to Jonesboro, Joe Burns High School at 3:09, continuing to Russellville at 3:16, and Barren Plain at 3:17 as it continues to track towards the east, about 45 to 50 miles an hour. And you can see we're tagged this severe thunderstorm warning that continues in effect until 3:45 here, with that storm moving through Dover, continuing to move eastward, getting closer to folks there in Van Leer, over to Clarksburg and Wildersville. Here's some timing for you. To Waverly County High School at 3:04, downtown Waverly at that time as well, McEwen 3:05, Tennessee City right around 3:09, and to the Charlotte community at 3:19. So we've got that warning extending all the way over to Cheatham County, Dixon County right now, and then other warnings extend down into West Tennessee, just to show you that storm system is going to continue to push and impact many folks this afternoon here across the mid-state. And this is just the beginning of this. That's why we have several watches also that are in effect right now.
Yes, Lisa, so those watches are going to last through the rest of this evening. We need you on guard for those storms, especially as they track through right now. This wind damage is no joke as these storms continue to press through. And as we go through the rest of the evening, we can expect more and more rounds of storms. Overnight, we'll actually have continuous storms moving over the same areas over and over again. This is going to lead to a pretty significant flooding threat. Pretty much all of us are at risk for that tonight. We'll be talking a little bit more about that and tracking out these storms with future casts coming up a little later in the show. Tracy?
All right, Cruz, Lisa, thank you. When you say flooding threat, we want to check the conditions live out on the road right now. Our Lydia Fielder is in the Clarksville area. Lydia, we saw the sky in a live picture. What are the roads like out there right now?
Yeah, Tracy, you're right. We're going north on I-24 right now. We're just about 5 miles south of Clarksville, and I tell you, just as soon as we hit this line of clouds, this rain started to downpour. There was no sprinkle or trickle. It just was a heavy soaking rain as soon as we got into this storm. We have seen a few big lightning strikes as well, but if you're looking at the road in front of us, you can see people have their flashers on because it's been hard to see past a few car lengths. I can tell you my photographer, photojournalist Sandra is safely driving us, but she says she's got her windshield wipers on full blast. She can feel the wind from these storms pulling the car. And again, we are driving safely, but we've had to have our flashers on as well. We've been outside since this morning shooting, and I can tell you it's been significantly cooler too. So again, right now on the roads, people are slowing down, using their headlights, their flashers. We're heading north on I-24 toward Clarksville. We're pretty much intersecting these storms. So we're going to keep an eye on the roads for you guys out here while you track along in the studio. We'll be your eyes on the road, and of course, we'll do that safely. Tracy.
Okay, good to hear. And thank you for the assurance, Lydia Fielder and Sandra. Appreciate you guys out there. With this much rain on the radar, it is important to act ahead of time. Our Michael Warwick has some flood preparation reminders today. He is our reporter on call.
Ahead of any strong storms tonight, we caught up with a local gutter professional who explained the importance of having good drainage for your property. While clogged gutters may not cause significant problems overnight, they can cause foundational damage that could hit you with a big bill later on. You'll hear his practical advice for homeowners ahead of what could be up to 4 odd inches of rain in some parts of Middle Tennessee, how to protect your property from any potential rain damage. Again, that story is coming up a little bit later. I'm Michael Warwick. Back to you.
Thank you, Michael. NES Cruz also preparing for severe weather. High winds can bring down those trees and those power lines. In case you do lose power, NES says make sure all your mobile devices are charged before a potential outage. Have backup batteries just in case. Go ahead and gather those now so they're at the ready. And prepare a home emergency kit. Experts say it should have non-spoiling food, bottled water, essentials, as well as a flashlight. And if you see a downed tree or power line, contact NES right away. Customers on life-supporting equipment powered by electricity, you can apply for NES's critical referral program long before severe weather strikes. So get on that right now if you have not already, or if you have a loved one who is on that life-supporting equipment. Well, we're in the first round of many storms here in the next 24 hours. Now's the time to download the WSMV-4 weather app. The app will send you alerts of all kinds of weather happening in your area in real time. It is the best tool, folks, to stay weather aware and weather prepared. It's free to download right now in your app store. Today, we are following breaking news out of Shelbyville. A mother is charged with murder after police say she killed her son and then told police that she tried to kill her 4-year-old as well. It sparked an endangered child alert this morning. Our Brendan Tierney is our reporter on call, continuing our coverage today.
Hey, good afternoon. We're down here in Shelbyville today where police are continuing to investigate what led up to a mom killing her 12-year-old son and attempting to murder her 4-year-old before running away. She's now been arrested and police are continuing that investigation here right now. We were able to talk with her family members as well as neighbors who saw this entire thing happen yesterday, overnight into this morning. We'll have more on that coming up later tonight, but until then, I'll send it back to you.
Brendan, thank you. And the Franklin soccer coach accused of drugging and raping unconscious boys waived his right to appear in court today. The judge denied the request for a gag order here. Now, that would have meant that the details of his case would be kept private. Camilo Campos is his name. This man accused of drugging and raping boys and recording the incidents on his phone. Police started investigating him after he left his phone at a local pizza restaurant. Employees found it and all the disturbing videos on it while they were trying to figure out who that phone belonged to. According to Homeland Security, Campos entered the U.S. illegally. He is due back in court next week. We're just a few weeks away now from the new school year. That means now's the time to make sure your child is up to date on those shots. If you have a kindergartner or a child enrolled in school for the first time, you will need a complete official Tennessee immunization certificate before classes begin. All current students entering 7th grade, you do need to show proof that they've had all their booster shots for tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis, which is also called a Tdap booster. And events happening overseas could impact your wallet and your bottom line. Next, how Russia and its allies are taking steps to drive up food and gas prices all around the world. And later on WSMV-4 at 4, a high school referee shortage, what this means for local schools just weeks before the school year. Hollywood's shutdown intensifies as actors and writers strike for better wages and AI protections. Still ahead, we're going to show you how they're protesting right here in Music City.
"24 hours a day, 7 days a week. WSMV-4 News never stops working to make sure you have the latest information from where you live.
Happening right now in Murfreesboro.
covering the important stories and breaking news that affects your county, your neighborhood.
We are live in Davidson County.
It's happening right now in Williamson County.
We invite you to experience the difference of WSMV-4 News every day.